Hello everyone and welcome back. So here we have game 2 between me and Grodo. I'm running with sort of a standard katana core here, with one caveat. Off here, crabbing in the trees, is a fire rocket troop. Now on this map here, I chose waterfall. I gave him the option of choosing the map. He said he didn't really care as long as it wasn't a snow map. So I chose waterfall, so I think it's a really fun map. There's sort of two sides to it. There's the top of the hill and there's the bottom of the hill. I mean, pretty much every battle I've seen on this map takes place on the top hill, but there's potential here for the bottom hill, especially because there are two buildings, an archery dojo and the workshop. Being on the higher ground is usually safer, and there's a sword dojo right there, so most battles take place here on the top. Though he does have some units off here on the bottom. I put all of my units on the top, and sort of conceded those two buildings, so he's pretty much free to take all those. There's not much I can do about him there. Running everybody up to the sword dojo, though. We are running, we're not walking. I really want to take that to have an advantage in the melee fight. My rockets are moving up through the force as well. Accidentally had them run. I quickly corrected it, so I'm not sure if he saw it. He did get the little pop-up saying that they were revealed, but I don't know if he actually saw that I had rockets. I still think I caught him by surprise. So, trying to shoot at the general is always a good idea, but then I see the katana cavalry come out here, and he doesn't really have any cavalry. Now, I have no cavalry. I didn't bring any to this battle. Kind of foolish, maybe. But I have 4 Yari Ashigaru as my spear component, which I still don't like. I think I do like the Yari Samurai better. But I have 6 Katana Samurai, and I think I have a bow unit too. I think it's a Daikyu Samurai. Nope, yeah, a Daikyu Samurai and a bow Samurai in this one, along with 6 Katana Samurai, of course, and then a bunch of spears. I was thinking he might have gone farther down the cavalry line this time, so I brought more spears. But the first volley of fire rockets is going to catch his katana cavalry by surprise while he was probably moving things down by the archery dojo. I'm going to get a nice shot here into the katana cavalry, going to kill 12 people in that volley. So he's going to have to move. I have my Yari Ashigaru moving up here just to be a block on him. This is where Yari Samurai would have really come in handy, because I could have very easily been able to stop this with advance rapidly, but I'm moving a couple units of spears. Actually, I'm moving this one to come back and just cover the rockets. And that's it, just to keep those guys safe, because I'm sure he's going to come for him. I get a second volley off towards his cavalry. Not going to be a direct hit, but it's going to come pretty close, and he is wavering, so they did do a pretty good job there. But as you can see off in the distance over there, some units came out of hiding, and that's what kind of scared me. He has cavalry coming out here. I think these are Yari cavalry. Maybe yeah, it looks like they're both Yari cavalry. So he did bring quite a bit of cavalry in this battle. I don't have any, so I'm going to be very careful with my spears here in this battle to stop this cavalry attachment over here. Luckily, they are preoccupied with taking these buildings down here on the low ground. It's going to keep me safe for the time being. Meanwhile, he's also moving up too. It looks like I'm in a pretty safe place to capture the sword dojo. Not much challenging me there, though he does have a very scary unit of bow warrior monks up here in the front, who is shooting into my lines, trying to skirmish. He's actually killing quite a few people, but they hit mostly Yari Ashigaru and bows, so and not a ton of damage done there by the bow warrior monks, or at least nothing that's going to cause me any serious harm in the battle ahead. But that katana cavalry is going to prove surprisingly resilient. Despite being wavering and taking yet another volley of fire rockets, he's going to keep on trucking. What a terrible shot. Just completely missed and hit the side of the cavalry there. But he's going to be going straight, he's going to be going straight for my katana samurai off here on the right side of my flank. Very scary to have katana cavalry up here with your swords, who just cannot fight against cavalry at all. Of course, another high priority target on my lines is my general, who is no longer a melee general, so he's going to be very easily killed by cavalry. I do manage to catch it, and his katana cavalry has nowhere to go but to kind of get sandwiched by these Ashigaru, who are going to try and catch him on it. I wish they were my fast Yari Samurai. See, look how slow these guys are. Cannot catch up to cavalry like the Yari Samurai can. His bows are also doing a number on my troops. He's still wavering, shaken now, but not going to rout. I'm just trying to get my general out of there. Now, this came very close to being really bad for me. My general lost a lot of men. He's already down to 17 men. The leadership general is pretty fragile if he's not in stand-and fight. And look at that, 14 men left. That katana cavalry is going to do quite well, given that it got hammered so hard by the fire rockets. And there he goes. He finally broke, but did Very good damage. My general's very hurt. Those bows are going to be able to do serious damage to my general if they decide to shoot him. And the cavalry is also moving around the rear too, so I'm going to be very careful here. I do have the sword dojo. He has the archery dojo though. It's going to be very serious. Even one bow monk at such a high level can do a lot of damage, so I'm still worried about that, especially with the archery dojo. Now I'm moving up here to meet his lines. Keeping my spears, I'm going to try and micro my spears the best I can. I had one running over here to sort of block him, again moving slowly because they're Yari Ashigaru, but going to do a halfway decent job. He's going to get caught on this one Yari Ashigaru. Fire rockets are running up to start shooting what ammo they have left into the general, who's just barely in his range. But this Yari cavalry is going to get a good charge into my katanas. It's not looking so good for me right now. I do manage to rout this cavalry, so his cavalry is pretty well depleted right now. He does have one unit of cavalry back here. It's just a bow cavalry though, so nothing huge. But I still have to be careful. It's going to be pretty much an infantry battle from this point on. My fire rockets get a nice volley into the general and killed 9 in that initial volley, so he's down to 21 men. Managed to get my charges off and hit his lines running. Just going to be a pretty standard katana fight here. Keeping one here on reserve just to wait till the battle sort of fleshes out a little bit and try to maybe do a little flanking. I have Yari Ashigaru running to cut off this cavalry. He just has the bow cavalry right there. I'm losing some men. He's losing some men. It's just an all-out brawl here. The Yari Ashigaru just scrambling to form a wall anywhere they can. Moving over here. Don't want to get flanked by this katana, or actually that's a lone sword Ashigaru, excuse me. Don't want to get flanked by him, especially an elite lone sword Ashigaru. We all know how scary those guys used to be. Not quite as good as they were, but they're still good. You hear that whistling arrow? That was from my general, shooting into his lines there, trying to hit his maze. I can't hit some of my own troops as well, so going to be bad for both sides. But we have wavering all over. Looks like they're going to be outside the general radius, maybe a little bit. The bows with the fire rockets and the general whistling arrows. I'm going to pull in the stand and fight at this point to try and finish off this battle because he is routing. I just need that little bit of morale help to finish it off. My fire rockets are shooting into the mass right here, actually very, very close range, as if they were right there. But why is nothing moving? Is it going to stop right there? Really, creative assembly? I guess this replay is pretty corrupt too, but yeah, that's I hate saying this, sound like a broken record, but that's pretty much what happened. Good matches there against Grodo, a lot of fun. His infantry line had a nice, good attack, but I think I responded pretty well with an attack of my own. Of course, the fire rockets coming out of the forest really changes the game, so I do like to bring those out still from time to time, even though they are so expensive. Actually, having a look here at my leadership general stand and fight, which is something I've never really seen before. What a badass. You like my little fish helmet. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.